find a therapist that can fit your needs. So if you're looking for someone who specializes in relationships, sign up for BetterHelp today.
Oh, man.
For those of you who don't know, Rich Cooper goes by Entrepreneurs in Cars. He's a men's right activist. Men go their own way. MGTOW. Apparently he's the unplugged alpha. I mean, he's got numerous channels. He talks to other men. He's a proponent of the gender war between male and female dynamics.
What?
Are you in Amish country?
Amish country? Why would you say that? I'm in Florida.
No,
Because you look like you're Amish, brother.
man, the beard. Because I was watching this YouTube series, and this guy went to Amish country, and they have a very similar beard.
Oh, with the mustache removed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I just cut it today.
Okay. All right, so you've got a disrespectful wife. So what's happening?
So I'm 27 now. I was 25 when I was dating her. And one thing...
Holy shit, I need to join the 1% community. Trying to be a 1% man. Fitness, finances, faith. The 3 Fs. When I join, it's going to be the 4th F. Fucking. That's right.
that I noticed now that I'm red-pilled, which was... I found your content after I got married, which was a year and a half ago. Was like we were at a date, and I told her, "Well, I love wearing my Trump hat out in public."
What?
Just think it was the "Make America Great" or "Keep America Great," Trump 2020 hat.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Oh, well, you can't wear that when we're going out in public together." And I was like, "Well, that's my First Amendment right. Like, that's too bad." She's like, "No, you can't. You can't do that."
If you're going to wear a divisive piece of clothing out in public, I see how it's understandable that, your significant other would not want you to wear that just because of the attention that you would garner, right? That's pretty, it's not that much of an ask to not have the self-awareness that, some people are going to freak out about that. I understand you can wear it, but there's going to be social repercussions to your actions. And
I think I went with it at first, and then I had my doubts. I was like, is she going to keep on talking to me like this? And then, recently we've been having arguments over stupid stuff.
Have you read my book?
I've listened to I've watched almost all of your videos.
Okay, so...
Trying to win an argument with your spouse by citing the United States Constitution is different. That's so true. It's my right, babe. I'm allowed to. Look, it's the First Amendment.
I probably mentioned it in a video before, but men go through betatization through 1,000 concessions. So that's an example of one concession there. Men go through betatization through 1,000 concessions.
Sun Tzu, The Art of War.
Right? It's like, I like my Trump hat. She doesn't like your Trump hat. She tells you to stop wearing the Trump hat. So you go, okay. Right? And then you comply. So that would be one concession. So this is an example for those of you who are watching.
I can't, bro. I can't. This is... This is not a real scenario.
One concession looks like in betatization through 1,000 concessions. So I'm willing to bet, since she said she's disrespectful, she's done this more than once.
Well, recently we've been...
Watch this guy actually be a liberal, but he wears the Trump hat for the fit. Some post-ironic Brooklyn humor.
Having stupid arguments. Now I have the Let's Go Brandon hat, so she won't let me to wear that in public, or even when I'm out mowing the lawn, because she's like, "Oh, I don't want our neighbors to see that you haven't Let's Go Brandon with the FJB on the side." And recently it's just been stupid stuff. Like tonight it was the toilet seat. She was like, you have to put the toilet seat down after you use the toilet.
Imagine being this guy's wife and finding his grievances with the interview of an alpha giga chad like Rich Cooper. Bro, I would pack up my stuff and leave. Why are you not communicating with me? She's got to run. Holy shit.
And I'm like, okay, look, I value it. I know girls are they're like that, whatever. I was speaking to someone else who was like in a similar position to me. He's like, yeah, dude, like married men go through this with the toilet seat. I was like, okay, like she's been
Chad, do we think he's even married or is this bait? Is this real? Or are they trying to clip farm right now? Do you think it's bait?
Trump's Project 2025 agenda
concentrates power solely in the hands of the president.
Cutting Social Security benefits.
Higher taxes, restricting abortion rights.
Donald Trump wants to take our country backward, but we are not going back.
Cookie Run Tower of Adventures is officially available on both mobile and PC with Google Play Games. Immerse yourself in a 3D cookie adventure on a larger PC screen with a mouse and keyboard or controller. Download and play with Google Play Games today.
He's playing a convincing incel character. But I shouldn't say incel because dude has a wife. Yeah, that's a improper adjective I'm using to describe Bob.
asking me for the past year and a half about the toilet seat. I told her, look, I can't like
It's so dumb it has to be.
remember every time I go to the bathroom. And anyways, I work from home.
Okay.
So-
Bob gets major play. Toilet seat argument is such a common trope. It's as if he Googled things spouses argue about. That is true. This may be a psyop.
I got some questions for you because
Yeah.
I think I understand where you're at. So you're 27 now,
I'm 27,
and how old is she?
26.
Okay, and what do you do for a living?
I'm in the aerospace industry.
Okay, and what does the missus do?
He's an engineer at Lockheed Martin. Huh?
She's a teacher.
Shocking.
Yeah, I feel like
Ooh, teacher, rough. Teachers and nurses. Absolute nightmare careers for women, am I right?
she talks down to me as a teacher. And I'll be honest, like even once I mentioned to her, like, oh, I was doing research, like, do all marriages suck? And then
I'll tell you what the problem is, Bob.
I think Bob's a Fed. I think. Have you guys seen those articles talking about like literal ops infiltrating red pill spaces and just like trying to destabilize them and gather intel? I think Bob is actually glowing in the dark right now.
Is that yes, you're unplugged, but you're still a beta, and every day, every week, every year that goes by, she's betatizing you further. So you see the code in the matrix, you know what she's doing, you understand the concept. But
this is so fucking goofy. Yeah, you may be red pilled, but you're actually still a cuck. You're unplugged, but you're still a beta.
you allow it to happen, so you're still kind of like
so I've recently
living
been
in the
standing
matrix.
up. So I've been standing up recently. Like
Okay, and how's that working out for you?
Basically,
Not well. She reduced my pegging sessions from 3 times a week to just 1 time a week.
I'll say like for the toilet seat, I was like, look, like I want to meet your need. I can't promise you. And then she like got really, really frustrated and
I want to meet your need, but I can't promise you I'll do it every time. Why would you leave the toilet seat up? Aesthetically speaking, an open toilet is rather unsettling. Chat, I'm going to be honest. I leave it down, I just have that good of aim. You know? What do you mean you're not hitting water every single
And we're back. The team is looking down the barrel of a 4:55 meeting.
Can they turn it around?
time? Wait. What do you mean you don't sit down to pee? Real alphas squat when they piss.
like, and it's not even with the toilet seat, but with other things. It's like 1 to 2 minutes discussing something, and then it's like name calling, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let you call me that name. That's bullshit. Like, you cannot call me stupid. You can't start cussing at me. Like, I'm not gonna stand up. And then she just storms off and slams it.
These are things you figure out before you get married. What the fuck? What in the low IQ is going on here? How do you not clock this behavior? Well, like, why don't you just find your trad wife? Why don't you buy her from the Philippines? Huh?
Door.
So one of the things that you got to understand about teachers is they spend their days dealing with small children that they get to boss around.
Yeah, so let's generalize every female teacher ever. And let's make the argument that since they boss around children, they don't know how to switch it off when they come home and treat you like a kid.
Yeah.
Usually if they deal with smaller kids like kindergarten, grade 1, it's a lot different.
Yeah, that's where she is also.
Yeah. So
about
if
that
it's the younger kids, like, she's basically herding cats, and she thinks that they're incompetent. Yeah, they're incapable. They're small.
That's how she communicates to me.
Right.
Too, like,
so she's looking at you the same way. Like, she's looking at you like her kid.
Chat, is it over for Bob? What does he do here? What's his next move on the chessboard in the Matrix? Does he try to make it work? Does he become a passport bro? He's cooked? There's no way he has a girl.
Kid, right? And when that happens, intimacy drops, if not completely off the table, but definitely drops, to
it's over for both of them.
You experience pre-marriage with all the crazy monkey sex hanging from the chandeliers and stuff like that, right? So that starts to go away. Then she beta ties you. Then she starts to take away some of your rights and privileges, like when you want to wear a hat, what kind of shirt you want to wear when you're cutting the lawn.
We had this other discussion about we wanted to.
Is he saying that first they take away the sex, then they start beta-tizing you, and then they start chirping you in that order? It's the process of how to crush a man's soul.
Go to a certain event, and she wanted me to wear a white button down.
I'm entitled to my wife's pussy. She needs to have sex with me when I want.
Shirt, and I wanted to wear this polo. This is like a short sleeve polo, right? It's in Florida, it's hot and everything. So I wanted to wear the polo, and she wasn't having it.
It's time to transmax. That's your only option. You should just go the other way.
And eventually I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go there by myself. Like this is a nice shirt. Like the white button down is nice.
No, it's not.
You want to hear a funny story? When my ex threw
no, I didn't know.
the engagement party, it was in July.
This seems like a skill issue on the man's part, Why are you attracting a partner that has bad vibes? Why are you not automatically attracting somebody who compliments you well? Huh? You ever think of that? Richard Cooper? Bob? No? That skimmed you, bud?
It was hot as hell, like humid as hell.
Why are you getting advice from divorced men?
She's like, well, what are you going to wear? I'm like, I'm going to wear this shirt and these shorts and these sandals. Well, you can't wear shorts. Why not?
He's fantasizing he didn't do any of this.
Because I said so. It's, because everybody's going to be wearing pants sort of thing. I was like, it's like 40 degrees and humid. I'm wearing shorts. I showed up in shorts. I was the only person there in shorts. I do as I please, right?
That's the sign of a man-child. That's not the sign of like a high-value male. I do what I want when I want because I can. That you sound like a toddler with shit in its diaper. Are you fucking good? You don't have the social awareness to like, no one else is wearing shorts. Instead of being a social maverick, why don't I just wear pants? Like, huh?
Like, women will shit test you for your competency, to make sure that she feels like she's the best that she can get. And you've already failed a bunch of those shit tests, and she's already beta-tized you. So now she has this condition in her
looking like a tourist at his own engagement party. How do you not have the wherewithal to have impeccable drip?
Mine, like, well, I can talk to Bob like this. You know, I can call him stupid, or I can, you know, tell him off for not putting the toilet seat in the right direction for me as it serves me. So to be honest with you, something like this, to try to fix it, is very hard. I don't even want to get involved, right? I mean, like, look, if you want to book me privately and we'll do a couple hours.
He's trying to upsell him. Listen, we got you on this call, but if you want me to fix this, turn you into...
If you see your state, you can register online to vote right now. It only takes 2 minutes. Make your voice count. Register online now at iwillregister.org.
Kratos like myself. Kratos from fucking Kirkland. Costco brand Kratos to appeal to literal 12-year-olds who don't have any idea what masculinity means and who they are as a person. They don't even know where they are. That's how fucking aloof the average incel that watches this shit is. Because these archetypes are easy to manipulate. Oh, I'm balding, so let me shape my beard as if it's a jawline. let me convince you that you need to pay thousands of dollars to book me privately so that I could fix your shitty marriage. Get the fuck out of here.
Of coaching, I'm expensive, right?
Yeah, I don't have
like
that money.
People,
we have a counselor here that we go to for counseling.
Okay, well, that, like, clearly this marriage is not working out, right? And you
don't you dare use logic. Yeah, you're so right. I gotta turn my brain off.
Might be red pilled, but if you think that this is going to work out with some other chick, you're still red pill beta.
Oh, I'm not getting married. Like, screw that. Like,
dating, dating,
We gotta fix the problem here, Bob. You're still a beta. You don't understand. You can book me all you want. But until you become the alpha lion that you were destined to be, this is going to keep happening over and over again.
Maybe you invite her in, you get a dog together sort of thing. You know, maybe you change your mind 5-10 years down the road. If you're still the same guy right now, just like the last one, beta-tized you because you couldn't stand up for yourself and say, what's wrong with you putting the toilet seat down, in the direction that you want?
Well,
like, what are you bothering me with this for?
She says it's disgusting and nasty when she walks in and sees the toilet seat up.
Yeah, well, when you guys were dating, did she give you a hard time about the toilet seat? Right. So why the fuck is it a problem now?
Oh, he hit him with the aggro. He got a little testy.
I mean, she asked me like towards the beginning of our marriage, and like I tried to sometimes. But
yeah, but again, when you were dating, was the toilet seat a problem for her?
Oh, we weren't.
Chat, how many views does this have? It says 150K views, and these are, I would say grown men. But that's not an accurate depiction of what we're watching. It's man-children arguing about toilet seat etiquette. Getting mad at hypotheticals about why the women in their lives prefer it one way. It's also standard toilet practice. Your parents never teach you that? What are you, an animal? You just leave the fucking toilet seat up? Huh?
Living together when we were dating.
Doesn't matter. She came over. You went over to her.
You know what he needs to do? He needs to piss on the toilet seat to assert his dominance. Kind of like how dogs mark their territory. Like, just plaster the bowl. Pee everywhere. Then see what she thinks, huh? Yeah. That's what I thought. I'm the man.
Place, right? Like, it wasn't a problem then, right? Now all of a sudden it's a problem. You see what I'm saying, right?
Right.
It's like,
I don't know why it's
like, why wasn't it a problem, for you before, and now it's a problem today? Right? Like, I got shit I got to do. Like, don't bother me with this. And then you walk away. Like, that's how an unplugged alpha would handle it. It's not like bicker and engage in a fight. Like, you don't.
An unplugged alpha. What does that even fucking mean? What are you unplugged from?
You don't play like these silly games with them, right?
It must feel so good to be 55 and grift on YouTube. Holy shit.
So basically you got more work to do. Like she has to be able to look at you, and when you say no, she's like, okay. But if you say no and she's looking at you like one of her kids and like, you know, you must obey, she's going to persist, you know, if she sees you as beneath her.
I don't even know how old he is. Let me find out. I don't know if we're even gonna get. I don't think we're gonna get an answer here.
Women can't respect a guy unless she, you know, can look up to him. And right now, she's feeling like she can't look up to you.
It would be really cool if Richard Cooper was like 29 years old. Bro's actually 31.
She's feeling like, yeah, and that's why she doesn't respect you, and that's why she talks down to you, and that's why she calls you stupid, sort of stuff like that. So, the work that you got to do on yourself is going to pay dividends. Maybe not in this relationship, but probably in the next one. To fix something like this, dude, it's very hard. It's in my view, not worth it. In my view, cut ties. Do you guys have kids?
No kids, and she's not pregnant.
Cut ties, get divorced, call it a fucking day, go do your teaching job. I'm going to go do my own thing and leave the toilet up when I feel like it. Once you figure yourself out and you level yourself up, you know, you develop yourself as a man, you know, become the unplugged alpha sort of thing. Then you'll be in a better position to make better choices with women. But I mean, you got leveling up to do for yourself.
Yeah, but that, so.
No kids? You're not cream pieing your wife on a daily? Beta? What are you so scared of?
Food prices are just too high. Kamala Harris's plan will bring costs down. Donald Trump, he'd impose what is effectively a national sales tax. A Trump tax that'll cost a typical family $3,900 a year. We need a president who fights for us.
Cookie Run Tower of Adventures is officially available on both mobile and PC with Google Play Games. Experience more ways to play and sync your in-game progress through your PC and mobile devices. Immerse yourself in a 3D cookie action adventure on a larger PC screen with a mouse and keyboard or a controller. Team up with friends in multiplayer mode and explore the Pancake Tower together. Get started by downloading Google Play Games today.
Oh, you're having pets together? Do you have a dog? Is that a substitute for kids? Low T.
I don't want to take too much of your time, but I think like I'm a pretty like high value man. Like I have a good.
Wow. I paused it at the right time. He just said, "Nope, no, you're not. Let me school you, buddy."
Good.
No.
I mean, I have a good job in the aerospace industry.
What did you make last year?
About 90.
Okay, but I mean, like, you look like you're from Amish country still, right?
No.
About 90.
No.
Okay, but you still look like you're from Amish country.
He hit him with the physiognomy check.
But
like, you don't look like the kind of guy that you're gonna get. Like, I'm just being honest with you, dude. Like, I've seen all the data. You're not looking like the kind of guy that women are gonna swipe right on enthusiastically.
That is also so gay.
But that's the
Think
point,
about
right?
it.
Make money and do whatever.
He's picturing the female gaze and looking at Bob under that sort of context. No, you don't get pussy. Listen, I've seen the data. I've looked at the spreadsheets. Turns out, it's not going to happen for you, bro. It's over. It's cooked. You got to book me for a private call. We got to shave your head. We got to grow your beard and shape it. I'll even tell you the tricks on how to get a perfect jawline for your face. Glasses are fine because I'm wearing glasses too. But ideally, you want to look smacks, get some contacts. Then we're going to start you off with a low dose of medical TRT. Get your buff. Okay, Bob? Then we're gonna take a boys trip to Thailand. Do a little sexual tourism. Lady boys all night long.
Right.
Okay. Is it the beard or?
It's the beard. It's the look. You don't look, very strong and masculine. I'd get some new glasses and frames, that, fit your.
He's wearing fucking Oakleys, bro. Listen, Oakley's had a major comeback. I will admit for sunglasses, but Richard Cooper has got like the Davis Vision fucking starter pack glasses.
face better, get some higher index lenses so you don't get quite the bend in the glass sort of thing, change your style. Yeah, the shirt kind of sucks. How tall are you and what do you weigh?
5'8". I actually got down to 130. I've been doing a lot of it.
Okay, so you're pretty lean.
Yeah, like super lean. Like my BMI is 19, and
BMI of 19 is not lean.
Okay, so you got to throw some muscle on that frame now. Broaden out your like. Look at me. Like I'm close to 50, and I'm in better shape than you. Like how is that possible?
I don't know.
See what I'm saying, right?
Working out just.
How tall is Richard Cooper? I need to know. Another Google. Hold on. Chad, any guesses? How tall is this man? Is he Hobbit maxing? Is he 5'3", 220? He's 5'11", 5'10". He's like 6'2". Really? He's 6'11". I don't know. I don't even know why I'm looking up, to be honest.
Just weightlifting.
Just do the work, right? You know, put in the reps. I would join a dojo, learn how to be lethal, right? Like when you start fighting and you start punching people and you start sparring and shit like that, and you knock a guy in the head.
You know how I know he has no idea what the fuck he's talking about? Join a dojo, become lethal. No serious martial artist, boxer, Muay Thai enthusiast has ever fucking said that.
That feels fucking good. Okay? Like,
no, it doesn't. Like the reality is, punching somebody in the face and inflicting pain doesn't feel good. And if it does, you're probably a psychopath.
It's going to enhance your confidence, right? So the next time a chick tries to tell you off over a toilet seat or a certain hat that you're going to wear, you're going to be like, shut up, I got other options. If you don't like it, I'll just call up.
It feels good to practice the martial art and, you know, see that you're improving, you're getting more accurate, you have power. But like the second it becomes like bloodthirsty, like you might want to scale it back a bit.
Up so-and-so, right? You see what I'm saying, right? You know, because you have other options, because you're a stronger, like a lot of people call themselves high-value men, but they're not. Like, do beautiful women that you want to be with look at you as a high-value guy? Do they chase you down? Are they blowing up your phone saying, "Hey, Bob, what are you doing this weekend? Can you help me out with the what?" You know?
I mean, not now that I'm married, I haven't. You know.
Hey, listen, you know, women would rather date a married guy than a guy that lives in his mom's basement. So the point that I'm making is that, you know, you're calling yourself a certain value, but realistically on the sexual marketplace, when they're looking at you, you're not.
Your SMV's down, bro. Your sexual market value, you're just like a stock.
Safety on our streets and justice in our courtrooms are under attack because of Kamala Harris's dangerous liberal values. She's tried to hide it, but Kamala helped fund a group that released assaulters, murderers, even a registered sex offender charged with terrorizing, threatening, and raping an 8-year-old girl.
My values have not changed. I know the importance of safety.
No, she doesn't. Kamala Harris, still dangerously liberal, still dangerous for America.
Where's Optimus Prime?
The filthy red and blue bot? Yeah. Gives off a corroded metallic stench.
Okay, corroded, that is too far.
Okay.
When two worlds divide, it get hard to survive. Transforming bats in the sky.
You have the power to make your world better. But this fight is mine.
Standing on business, ready for revenge. It's the sweetest victory, and that's a win.
Okay, so he's a little intense.
Yeah, just a little.
Now is the time to stand together.
No, it's time to fight back.
Please don't do this.
You need to move out of my way before I move you myself.
I done made it through the work. 10 toes down, never catch me in the dirt. Supercharged and it don't quit. Feel like us against the world, we gon' take the risk.
All that counts is the strength of one bot over another.
He's too strong.
Look me in my eyes and tell me what I'm supposed to be. I never
Until next time, legends.
Transformers transforming bots in the sky. We won't stand for defeat.
Transformers, bots in disguise.
Where do you rank in the sexual marketplace of ideas?
Where you think you are. And you're definitely not where you think you are because you're getting shitty results in your marriage. I can always tell what somebody's belief system looks like by the choices they make every day and what they'll tolerate and the results that they get. So if you just reverse engineers from the top of the funnel, results, wife's a bitch, she yells at me over the toilet seat, calls me stupid. Okay, well, what choices is Bob making, right? What does his belief system look like? That's where the problem is your belief system. You can start with, you're not a 10 out of 10, bro.
This is an entire sphere of content. I know I've ripped on it in the past, but in passing, we do criticize many aspects of it and laugh at the absurdity of it all. But think about this. This entire pipeline is men raiding other men. That's inherently homoerotic. Like, to get face ratings, to pay for another man's time for their wisdom on how to get pussy. Like, are you good? Are you good? Are you actually good? That's pretty unplugged. Holy shit.
Darn.
You know, I'm not trying to disparage you or put you down. I'm just stating facts, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to take feedback.
Yeah. Like, I want you to do the work. Like, I want you to come back in a year with, like, Jack tan and juicy as fuck with a nice-ass beard and be like, yo, Rich, you're right, man.
Did you hear what he just said? I want you to come back jacked, tan, and juicy as fuck. Why? Why? That's a little sus, brother.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm happy to take feedback.
Yeah. Like, I want you to do the work. Like, I want you to come back in a year with, like, Jack tan and juicy as fuck with a
nice plump ass cheeks. maybe even hit a nice rear glute spread. No, for yourself, not for me.
Nice ass beard and be like, yo, Rich, you're right, man. All right.
The thing is, she's like so nice, even like
juicy,
even like just in general, texting.
Yeah, bro's got a type.
Like calling, just having dinner. She's so nice, and then when it just comes to these nonsense stuff, it's just
dude,
like what?
My girlfriend has never called me stupid.
Never. Yeah,
not fucking once. It would be the last word out of her mouth if she called me fucking stupid.
Bro, you're not allowed to call me stupid. This is like kindergarten recess level insults. That's how bitch made you are. That's how soft you are. I don't tolerate disrespect. Bro, that's how I know you're actually soft. It's a fucking word. You're stupid. Huh?
Like high value guys don't tolerate bossy, disagreeable, bitchy women over trivial things. So, I mean, you're saying, hey, you know, she's a nice person and she texts me and she's kind and that's...
High value men don't get their feelings hurt from words.
Sort of stuff. Yeah, teachers are.
And what if you are fucking stupid? Wouldn't you want to be called out by your partner who probably knows you best?
Yeah.
What if you're just being an asshole? You don't want to get checked? No? You don't have that level of self-awareness? You're perfect at all times? Okay, bet.
Okay, but she's also calling you stupid and giving you shit over a toilet seat. Basic stuff in life. And you make double the money that she does. Like, why aren't you running the household?
I cut the grass. Yep. She makes me dinner every night.
I think I do in terms of, you know...
You don't because she's yelling at you over the toilet seat, bro.
Well, I mean, I do want to, like, validate, like, if she has...
You can't even cut the grass wearing the hat that you want. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, the next time you go outside, wear the shirt that you want.
It makes me so mad that billionaires pay less in taxes than I do. And Trump wants to give them even more breaks. Kamala Harris will cut taxes for working people. Trump fights for billionaires like him. Kamala fights for us.
You sent in a proposal, but your manager has so many questions. Uh-oh. Let's try again with Grammarly. First, Grammarly's AI finds opportunities to help your ideas stand out and add details you missed, while keeping your manager in mind. Next, Grammarly makes the changes so your message can work its magic. Looking good, and it only took a few clicks. All right, let's wrap this up.
Brandon.
Wear the shirt that you want.
Trust me, I wear the hat. That's where I put my foot down. Oh yeah, let's go, Brandon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You best believe I'm cutting that lawn in my cute little hat.
Wear the hat that you want.
Yeah,
Bob, why are you wearing that? I told you it's embarrassing. Shut up.
Bitch. No, you yelled that one in.
You can't talk to me like that. I just did. I'm wearing the hat. It's my hat. I like
And then guess what? Boom, you're in the bedroom, clapping cheeks. Cause she's like, Bob, I didn't know you had it in you. You're an unplugged alpha. Dominate me, daddy. See? This is why you pay an unplugged alpha like myself. Give you the tactics.
So this exact scenario happens, and then she just starts cussing me out and then slamming doors.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's next to impossible to fix a situation where you've already been betatized, and then you try to like, I've unplugged. I see the code in the Matrix, Rich. I'm red pilled. Blah blah blah. Cool, but she still sees you as the same guy that she shits on before you were red pilled.
Yeah.
Right.
Betatized. Boom. Betatized. I'm picturing like a shrink ray, and his wife shoots him with it, and he just gets betatized.
So, again, the work that you need to do on yourself is going to pay dividends for you. Probably not in this relationship, but most definitely with the next one, because you start. It all begins with frame. It all begins with frame.
Yeah.
Right? Is she in your frame? Or are you in her frame? And right now I can tell you're in her.
Shut the fuck up! What frame, bro? It's how you carry yourself. Is she stepping into your frame? Or are you leaning into hers? Masculine, feminine dynamics, right? It's like a yin and a yang. But you as the man have to set the masculine imperative. You dominate. You're in control. She's like a sheep. She doesn't even have a brain. You see, women have smaller brains than men. You're gonna trust her with basic life tasks? What are you, betatized? No shot. Doesn't fly here at Entrepreneurs in Cars.
Her frame, right?
You think for a lot of things she's in my frame,
dude?
I'm telling you.
Again, I've never been called stupid. I never get lectured over anything.
Yeah, it's
ever.
It's nonsense. Stupid is the least of the insults. The insults
Never
are
get called stupid or lectured.
Like,
You
no,
gotta
like
go here,
she's
what,
like
fifth
insulted me
girlfriend
with
at the
other
age of
cuss
40?
words, sayings and just. I've never said anything like that to her.
You get out of life what you tolerate, Bob. Right. So I mean, like, keep doing the marriage counseling bullshit. Keep dealing with the fights. You're going to start to develop a backbone. You're going to not tolerate things. Look, if you want to learn more about LTR stuff,
I wonder how much of this is like actual just banter, right? Like maybe Bob's wife is truly just like not being that serious, but is just like calling out shitty spousal behavior. And he's like internalizing it and letting it fester and being like, I think my wife's a problem. She keeps disrespecting me. It's like, have you ever been socialized? Do you know how to carry yourself at all?
I'd probably say find some of Ryan Stone's material, go to the Red Pill subreddit, see what guys are doing to try to reclaim their masculinity and, move from betatization to, alpha cred card sort of thing.
Alpha cred card? Oh yeah, my alpha cred card never declines, bro. Used to be betatized, but after following the advice from a bunch of other divorced bald men, I can safely say that I am I have a backbone now, and I'm an unplugged alpha. And I make $4 million a year because I'm simply like that. I'm him. Turns out I'm Himothy.
I've not seen it be very...
This is just an indoctrination pipeline of the saddest group of men ever. And what's sad is, I know I just said sad, but let me elaborate. Let me harp on it. You know the sad thing about this? This is exploitative in nature. Bob is lost in the sauce. And so is Rich Cooper. But because he's further down the pipeline and is bald with a shaped beard and a high SMV, as he likes to say, he's able to extract money from Bob's pocket and men like Bob into his own, which further snowballs the predatory nature of this.
Very successful. And even if you are successful, you're still going to be dealing with the same bitch that beta-tized you, right? I mean, like, you're still going to have that animosity over the process.
That would be fucking hilarious if this girl's not even real and he's just talking about his waifu pillow. Just an inanimate object. Hatsune Miku.
If you see your state, you can register online to vote right now. It only takes 2 minutes. Make your voice count. Register online now at iwillregister.org.
Yeah. And then just one other thing, like I mentioned to her, like I found your channel. She watched one of your videos.
And I'm a misogynist, I'm a sexist.
So she said...
I've got a small PP.
She said you
PP?
oversimplify things.
Yeah, okay.
And then she's like, I don't want you watching his videos anymore. And I'm like, well...
She's going to be pissed when she sees this interview.
She better not. I don't think she's going to.
Imagine.
She's not going to see this, trust me.
Bro. What is your fucking brain activity, bro? Do you think about things before you say them and do them? You're posting something on the internet for thousands and millions of people to see. You're getting reacted to 2 years later by the Third Eye and over 400 people right now, which will then be turned into slop tent for my live stream channel. Oh, she's gonna see this.
But
you guys know that when you come on my show, it's a live show and it ends up on the internet. So don't come crying to me when she gets pissed off at you. Have some balls and lift up your skirt and say, yeah, I had that conversation. What are you going to do about it? And I am going to wear the hat and I'm going to wear the shirt and I'm not going to be listening about toilets. Just move the fucking seat. The amount of time that it takes you to walk over here and complain to me about the seat is stupid. You move the seat in the direction that it needs to be. Don't bother me with this bullshit again.
Yeah.
That's why I just poop in the sink, you know? Don't fucking backtalk me. I shit where I want.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, Becky?
If you don't like the poop in the sink, pick it up with your hands, take a little sniff, and throw it out in the garbage. And then make me dinner.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
All right, Bob. See you, buddy.
Rich, I'll continue to listen to your...
See you, Bob. Go fuck yourself. All right, bye. Yep. Thanks.
Program.
All right, you got it. Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that short clip. If you did, consider supporting the creation of content by checking out my supplement line.
Of course he has a supplement line because all of these fucking bro jobs, these fucking Tim Ferriss wannabes, these digital nomads have a fucking supplement line. Yeah, if you want to get big muscles like me, you're going to want to take alpha paleo protein. Real day in the life of a 24-year-old multi-millionaire. What up, Iman Gadzhi? My boy, my fellow mogul, my young Giga Chad? Long time no see, bud. Huh? What the fuck? Yo, he popped that Fortnite bush. He's getting massaged down by a Christmas tree. By men? Yuck.
So you guys kind of see two sides to me online. You see the sit down, impart the
Speak
wisdom
up.
that I've learned over the years side of me, or you see the have fun vlog channel and that aspect of things. And I guess shout out to everyone who's on Iman Gaji Extended. I guess there I share a little bit more of the nitty gritty business stuff. I guess that's just general, more specific advice on how to actually grow your business.
Last time we talked about Iman Gadzi, he was a young, hungry chap. He was probably on that NoFap too. And he was selling courses for $997. And since then, 6-7 years later, he scaled that into a full-fledged media company. Not an agency, because there's a whole controversy around that, where he said that he built up this social media marketing agency to 7 figures. Meanwhile, people looked at his banking statements and the public records in London, and they were like, nope, you're lying, bud. And then he pivoted to teaching people how to make agencies despite never actually having a successful agency in the first place. All that to say, he faked it till he maked it, okay? He has a lot of money now, and he never really dived into the fact that his stepfather is allegedly a billionaire Indian beverage mogul, from what I understand. And he had an entire rags to riches manufactured lie to pump all of his products. That's the skinny chat.
Now, it's crazy because you can look over my YouTube and you can see me talk about everything over the space of...
Stepdad, I'm broke!
You'll be able to see every step of the process. And up until about like 2 years ago, I shared everything. Like I shared wins, losses, I shared opening companies, I shared when companies weren't doing well, when they were doing amazing, like just everything.
Hell yeah, bro.
I was so transparent. Now, it was about 2 years ago where I made the decision that a lot of the stuff I was talking about just didn't feel very relatable anymore, and I just didn't know.
It's the rich, relatable paradox. Once you get rich, you're not relatable. And you can get rich by being relatable.
Whether it like really served you at your stage and where you were at. And to be honest, I still don't know if this video is going to serve you, but I want to try it out.
Serve me.
I want to see what is it like if I share even just once a month. Or I'm going to rest up, and I'll see you for tomorrow's flight to London.
Wow. Look at that establishing shot. That's fucking sick, dude. All right, what do we got here? We got a Porsche. We got a, looks like a custom Defender, a Lambo.
All right, guys, I'm going to take you along with me as I fly to London.
Rolls Royce with the stars.
Fit, nice and comfy. The flight, some loose pants, some Travis's. I'll throw on some slippers once I get on the plane. But,
we're going with the sport watch today. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, as I said, listen, one of the biggest benefits of living in UAE is Emirates. It's just the best airline.
He's in the Goon Mobile.
Some airlines that are nicer cabins, for example,
nice broke boy house that can't fit all your cars.
Singapore Airlines, I would argue that that's nicer, but just the consistency with Emirates is unmatched. So yeah, I just got in the car. The private section for the commercial flights is about 25 minutes away from my house, so we'll just crank out a bit of work. I'm gonna have of course. Oh, it's gotta keep it
What I'm confused about, and let me put you guys on for a second, okay? America is so fucking wealthy compared to other countries. Let me explain. Most people have not experienced true wealth and have no concept of true wealth until they see some of the shit tucked away on Long Island in New York.
Here's how
in the hills
takes your
of
team's
LA.
IT efficiency from good to
in the bluffs
Imagine being able to
of
solve
Colorado.
hours-long tickets like this.
There's like levels to this shit. A dinky
Open
ass
up
house
VMware and
in
make sure
Dubai
that your virtual
is probably
machine is
fucking nothing.
selected.
It's probably builder
Once
grade
it is selected, at
slop.
the top, you can click on VM.
That's how I know he's LARPing, because
Executed
true wealth
our
is
malware,
not having
and I ran
like 4 entry level
create the
fucking supercars. I wouldn't even call them
click
supercars.
on manage.
This is like peanuts compared to some of the wealth in the U.S. of
create
A.
the index endpoint. To do that, we'll head over to
So yeah,
Splunk.
time to crack open a big day, get through some work, and I'll see you guys when
Everything in Dubai is manufactured to give the appearance of wealth.
you get there. So yeah, basically you come in here, you chill in this private room. Let me turn this off. OTV. There we go. A little bit of peace. You chill in this private room, look through the menu, and then you pretty much order whatever it is that you want to order. So yeah, you basically just sit here, chill, order some food, take it easy, relax. If there's any delays, well, first of all, I've never had.
Well, here's the thing with Iman. He also leans in because he knows he's smart in this aspect. He's aware of old wealth money signaling. So he only shops at Loro Piana, which is, you know, Italian crafted clothing with minimal branding. They wear it in succession. He's aware of these cues that denote truly wealthy people from, say, ordinary millionaires. He made it his whole aesthetic, down to the very music that he uses for his montages, the fact that he plays tennis and these old head fucking boomer sports. He knows, but he's LARPing.
I don't know, maybe once in 3 years living in Dubai, and I travel a lot, like twice a month on average. Yeah, in all of this time, I've had maybe one delay ever. So, but if there was a delay, you would just be here, chilling in peace, in silence, in quiet. So yeah, just gonna crank out a little bit more work and then have some breakfast / lunch. Then they'll come in, take me to the car. We jump in the car, straight to plane, and off to London.
There's, yeah, he's got the Go Yard suitcase in the back. He's probably wearing a Loro Piana cashmere sweater. It's probably like 4 racks.
Anything else?
No, that'll be all for now.
There's no art on the wall. No, that will be all for now.
Thank you. All right, so this is what we have for breakfast. We got double portion scrambled eggs, some fresh fruit, probably end off with some dates. Dates are honestly God's gift. Whoa, that's way too high. God's gift to Earth. So yeah, time to eat and get back to a few messages.
Wow, dude, eating slave food. Eggs, dude.
Yo, remember when she told me I should travel more? Now she message come home whenever I'm abroad.
Hell yeah, bro.
I don't really understand people who drink on flights. Like, being up at this altitude already, you gotta be hammering down your electrolytes. So to then get like shit faced on the flight, like, yeah, no.
Not me. No. This is a VSL. Because I have an electrolyte company. It's called Big Day. Yeah, I'll plug it for you, Iman. Don't worry.
Non-alcoholic Bloody Mary and lots of olives. If you don't like olives, I don't know if I can do business with you. Don't trust that person that doesn't like olives.
I hate the weed too hard. You send an 8-minute voice, no straight from the heart.
Yeah, tomato juice does have a lot of salt. So do olives. Caviar and crackers. This is so spiritually devoid, bro.
How many doors are they shut?
Oh, and the video's over. Hell yeah, dude. That was sick.
Safety on our streets and justice in our courtrooms are under attack because of Kamala Harris's.
If you see your state, the deadline to register online to vote is approaching. Check your registration status now and make your voice count. Register online at readyfornovember.org.
The Death of Culture, Why Gen Z Hates Tradition by Cole Hastings.
Every generation has nostalgia for their adolescent years. We often hear the phrase, the good old days, and when we do, we are transported back.
Late 90s, early 2000s, simply the best. It's not nostalgia. Well, it is, but it's not cope. It was objectively the best, okay? We had everything. The internet was in its infancy. We weren't brain rotted. We peaked. We peaked.
Back to simpler times. For instance, when I hear one of the classic Christmas songs, whether that be Frosty the Snowman, White Christmas, or It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, I'm reminded of the yearly traditions I used to uphold. Like watching the classic...
That's so true. The second I hear those songs, bro, I am teleported back to just bliss. Everything's okay and happy in my brain.
Claymation Christmas movies on TBS or CBS, or going sledding on a big hill in a park near my childhood home, or making those Pillsbury cookies that came in a long tube and stealing some of the cookie dough to get...
You need to underbake the shit out of these, by the way. You bake these cookies, within 30 minutes, they're granite, marble, hard as a rock.
To taste before they were fully cooked. Now, there's definitely an argument to be made about why holidays like Christmas don't feel the same.
In fact, don't even bake them
anymore, with the main reasoning being that we're all just getting older. And while that is certainly true, I don't think that paints the entire picture. Traditions require societies to silently agree on maintaining the actions that keep traditions alive.
Dude, everyone just looked cooler back then. You can't tell me otherwise. You know, like the old heads that put on jeans to just watch television on a Sunday. I think athleisure ruined culture, you know? Everyone's too comfortable. Everyone used to get dressed up just to go out. Now you got broccoli heads at the gym with pajama pants and Crocs. Lazy. That's all it is.
And even though many of us still go home for the holidays, hang up our trees and stockings, and eat a big Christmas dinner, the neighborly community aspect feels much less apparent. It was common to attend church on Christmas Eve and have gift-giving ceremonies and pageants for the children attending. I personally remember the Christmas plays that I had to participate in school. I remember...
What the fuck is a broccoli head? Come on now. You gotta know what a broccoli head is. 90s mom's about to cause a lot of goon sessions.
Being a little angel with his hands like this. Family letters and handwritten Christmas cards would happen every year too, but numbers are showing that less and less Americans are doing this.
I still give Christmas gifts and cards. The fuck? Do you guys not? Are you guys part of the death of culture? Are you guys Gen Z maxing? Do you hate tradition? I feel like Gen Z actually loves tradition.
It seems that less people are talking to their neighbors around the holidays, and Christmas music would also play on every radio and television station. But now, this seems increasingly hard to find. To me, this marks an important shift in our culture, from one of shared values to a favoring of individual pursuits and beliefs. So today, I want to explore how our culture, specifically in America, although a lot of this could be attributed to the entire world right now, has changed, how it's fueled much of the younger generation's mental health crisis.
That's not Gen Z though, that's Gen Alpha.
And the hopeful shift emerging that could be a potential solution. Let's get one thing straight. Traditions are naturally subject to change over time. I'm sure we can all agree on this. What was once considered socially acceptable in our culture is bound to be cast aside when we start gaining tools with which to question.
Off with his head! Send him to the gallows!
In those parts of our culture. But for a long time, it wasn't really like this. In order to talk about what causes cultures to change, philosophers have...
Cole, do you have a source on this? Hey bro, can I see a source? Hey, let me see the source. Can I see the source, bro? Bro, can I see the source? You got a source for that, bro? I need a source.
Historians and sociologists usually divide the last few
There's not a
years
single
or so
source.
into 3 eras. Pre-modern, modern, and postmodern. These terms are...
A postmodern nightmare, CCP hell. My daughter Michaela eats ground beef while I get milked in Ukraine.
A little hard to define accurately, and they change depending on the context, but I'm going to do my best to talk about them in their relation to culture. And by culture, I mean the values, behaviors, beliefs, and symbols that a society accepts. Pre-modernity can best be summarized...
Not gonna lie, the push for individualism in society has ruined the sense of community. Yeah, that's kind of true. But like, I don't know. Why are we so individualistic? It's every man for themselves. This world is PvP. It's a skill issue. Get good.
By very little change, tightly knit rural groups, no separation between church.
You can't rely on thy neighbor. Have you seen your neighbor just gooning away in the metaverse? In the pod eating bugs? That's who's gonna have your back when shit hits the fan? Nah, man. Not me. Maybe you.
Church and state, and a strong belief in God. In the pre-modern era of societies, which are usually defined between like 1,000 to 1,500, although you could go like all the way back to the time that societies first existed, what you could achieve in your lifetime was largely determined by your heritage. Birth status reigned supreme, so if you were born into a wealthy family, there was almost no chance of you losing that wealth. Conversely, if you were born amongst the lower ranks of society, there was a
This is Project 2025. Looks harmless, right? But the reality is this. Project 2025 would allow Trump to gut and replace our civil servants with MAGA loyalists and hand him unprecedented power. Then his plan is to ban abortion nationwide, restrict access to contraception, rip away affordable health care, eliminate the Department of Education, cancel student companies, let states fund ministers overtime, rip away a plunge on his political.
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
This is your captain speaking. If you look out to your left, you'll see a beautiful view of the Grand Canyon.
Told you we could fly!
Oh, the Sun Cruise did
Jesus Christ! Where did they shoot? You're not going to like this.
No, I can absolutely guarantee you I'm not gonna.
My home has found us.
Who sent that thing?
My creator.
Of course.
The symbiotes didn't come here by accident. They were running.
From what? What's his name then? No.
No! We have something he needs. As long as Adam lives, everything will end.
What are we doing?
We need a disguise.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
Why do you keep knocking people out? What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
Oh, baby, baby, it's a while.
We've come a long way, you and me. But we are true.
This world can't survive if you stay together.
But I need him. You're bad people.
Yeah, we are.
Always remember you.
There comes a time in every man's life where you have to make a sacrifice.
Eddie, I'm with you to the end.
Always remember you.
No, this is all the money that we have.
What is this feeling? It's like
this feeling?
It's like all of my problems have gone away. No!
I think you broke my foot.
Eddie, I need more money.
Essentially, no chance for you to break out of your...
Talking about social mobility, right? Can you climb the hierarchy? Can you climb the caste system? Can you break out of the vicious cycle of poverty?
poverty-stricken life. And due to this, you could argue that it was much easier to accept one's fate, which is going to be way more important when we talk about the present day later in the video. Cultural norms were well established and remained unchanged. Feudal lords ruled over lands, princes would inherit the king's crown, marry to noblewomen, and ensure they would—
Do you know how fucking sick that must have been? Just to be in a castle hall, hello? To drink milk and mead? Imagine the smell, bro. Giving backshots to a fair maiden? Crazy!
Would have an heir to the throne by reproducing only with those of high rank. Depictions of pre-modern times in media, such as Marco Polo, The King, and Vikings, are great examples of different cultures' ranking systems. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Social classes exist today, too. We all are ranked some—
Yeah, this pissed me off. When I was in Spain, walking around Barcelona, Barcelona, go to the port side, I just see the CEO of Walmart's yacht in the harbor. That radicalized me real quick. And it was funny because there was actually like a no crossing sign because her yacht was vandalized. It's like a week prior. It's when you're confronted with a yacht, like a mega yacht in front of your face, it should make you mad. Like, fuck you. Why do you have that? How do you have that? That should be mine. It's not okay for you to have, but I need it.
Somewhere in our social class based on our upbringing and wealth, just like pre-modern times. But there's a big difference here. Yes, technically in some societies, you could go up or down in the ranks, but for the vast majority of people, whatever rank you got at the start of your life was set in stone until the day you die, which is much less true today. No matter where you rank in our current society, you have that sort of freedom to break out of your inherited class and achieve more wealth. Although I know that some of you would argue that that sort of freedom is an illusion. I'd also imagine that it was easier to accept one's fate that they were given due to the fact that humans considered themselves to be sacred and at the center of the universe during this time. So in other words, most cultures involved traditions that revolved around gods. Myths, gods, and symbolism dominated the beliefs of pre-modern—
He's Jesus pilled. Christ is king.
Societies, as no tools to question what is prayed to existed. I think the verse Romans 12:1 in the Bible is a good representation of the attitude of most cultures in the world during this time. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice.
That under the Trump administration, your government will pay for all costs.
Holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship.
Well, that is under the pretense that the Romans are the only ones that matter. Because unless you're part of the Roman Empire, you're probably pagan.
The chances of your daily lifestyle changing from day to day or year to year and questioning the culture of your upbringing was close to zero. But sometime after the Middle Ages, depending on who you ask, and again the exact date doesn't really matter, a new cultural shift on the earth was forming. A shift of discovery.
Well, not only pagan, you could be... Actually, I don't know. I don't want to schizo about religion right now. Let's stay on topic.
Discovery, reason, and progress. The age of modernity. When I use the word modern here, I'm not referring to the formal definition, which is a relation to the present times. I'm talking about a specific cultural attitude. As we started to create the tools for which we could observe the universe, we started—
Is that a jelking machine? Is that a Girthmaster?
To lean towards a more objective view of understanding things. The validity and cruelness of certain traditions started to become questioned as excuses for
Holy shit, that painting goes so hard. Look at that design on the right.
Actions hidden behind God's doing were exposed. Illnesses that were once thought to be incurable became impossible to alleviate. The church and state started to separate, and people were given the choice to believe in what they choose to believe. There was a general sense that humans could start making progress to improve our conditions through the use of scientific analysis and reasoning, and this progress was generally—
Yeah, what would you do if you just saw like a Peloton painted in this fresco style? What the fuck?
Known as Enlightenment, aka
Hieronymus is a mad genius, bro.
The Industrial Revolution spawned a mass uproar in urbanization and the development of different—
I thought I recognized it.
technologies was seen as evidence that reason and rationality could help humans achieve the most perfect, equal state of being. The phrase life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness from the US is a succinct way to describe the general outlook of many developing countries, and therefore cultures. Like, imagine you're born into a world where, for the first time,
The answer to this is just the internet. That's the death of community. Because loose ties are held via social media and the internet. It is single-handedly the most powerful tool humanity has ever created.
Significant progress at a vast scale is being made. After thousands of years, humans were finally capable of drastically changing their circumstances, creating inventions that reverberated through the entire world, like the light bulb, bikes, planes, cars, and telephones, and all of this allowed us to interact with one another no matter where we were looking.
Why is every YouTuber yapping about random shit nowadays? They got bills to pay. They got people that will watch it. I don't know. I think it's an interesting topic. But I think it's slightly off, in my opinion. I don't think Gen Z hates tradition. I think it's Gen Alpha. And I don't think anyone really hates tradition. I just think that tradition has been lost. If anything, Gen Z is trying to bring it back. If you've stepped foot on Instagram, if you've seen any of the reels in the comment sections, I don't know if it's a LARP. I don't know if they actually mean this shit. But the general consensus is that there's a huge revival of tradition, quote-unquote, based things being led by Gen Z. It's the opposite of the pendulum swing of the millennial culture.
Located. No longer was a faith in the unknown and the divine needed. All could be figured out with enough time and effort put into the sciences. It was also the age of democracy. Slavery was being banned, women were getting the right to vote, and more...
It's because YouTubers are yappers, okay? We take classes in yapology. We convert yap into ad revenue. It's that simple. It's that easy.
Distance was being placed between authoritarian governments. The underlying inequality of traditions in pre-modern civilizations were questioned and expelled to make more room for every member of society to have a say in how laws were conducted, thus increasing autonomy. These changes were clearly exemplified in how expressionistic and individualistic certain parts of culture like art became. When traditions were upheld and beauty and art took on a singular meaning, as was the case in pre-modern times.
Look at that shark, bro. That is a looks-maxed shark.
Artists usually only attempted to depict realism in their pieces. But during the modern movement, artists like Picasso and Vincent van Gogh depicted life in unorthodox and often self-conscious ways, because they no longer had a strong fear of being ostracized for breaking the pre-modern conventions.
I will say, I know chat is currently hovering over the Starry Night. I saw that shit in the MoMA, Museum of Modern Art. Chat, I don't know what it was, chat, but this guy reached through my boy Pablo Picasso, stretched his hands through space and time itself, and touched God to create that thing. I can't describe it unless you see that thing in person. It is fucking magical. It is weird. I know it doesn't translate. It's a fuck. Dude, it's Van Gogh. It's not Pablo Picasso. Holy fuck, that's embarrassing. Oh my god, I'm cooked. I'm fried. See? You can't trust a YouTuber, chat. Yeah, I meant Vincent van Gogh. Holy fuck. That was really bad. I can't be fucking that up. It's alright. It's alright. My boy Hieronymus Bosch up there, top right. My guy Dali. I was keeping you on your toes, making sure you're paying attention, chat. I see chat is starting to get nice and slow. We gotta keep you fresh. So anyway, as I was saying, I don't even think the colors of this shitty JPEG do that shit justice. It's really vibrant, and like I said, I don't know what bro was smoking. He was just like peak incel, cutting off his ear for his sister or cousin or whatever the fuck, and he made one of the most beautiful paintings of all time ever. Probably the single most beautiful painting of all time. And I know that sounds crazy. I know it looks like just fucking blue bullshit with a yellow moon. When you see that thing in person, the gravity it has is fucking nutty. Maybe I'm schizophrenic. I don't know. Let me know if anyone down below has seen that thing in person. Crazy.
Of culture. Your life was now dependent on how you decided you
could see it in New York City. Yeah, that's right. It's because New York is the best state. Come on.
Wanted to live it, and the hope in a grand narrative.
That's it. It's aura. It has fucking aura.
aka something that seeks to explain an absolute truth about how the world and how society should be best structured, was making strides through logic and reason. The hopes that things would continue to get better for everyone spread throughout many cultures. So when the second half of the 20th century hit, people started growing increasingly more skeptical of the
Oh no, my daughter Michaela. No, no. This postmodern horror. Make your bed, clean your room, please. Help me. I'm getting milked. Postmodernism, bro. Oh.
the idea of enlightenment and utopian perfection. Thus, the postmodern era of culture.
This is the
was about
goon
to begin.
era.
It turns out the promises that science and reason instilled into us were full of false hope. The rapidly changing technology was used to control and divide the population instead of set more of us free. Advanced warfare against other countries became a battle of who can develop the next most powerful thing the fastest. And while the old powers and systems—
Where was the eagle? Where was the bald eagle screech? Come on, you gotta beef up the sound effects when you say that, my boy. Please, sell it home. America.
of governing over others, like monarchies and aristocrats, died down, what took its place wasn't a democracy run by the people. Instead, the new monarchies were the tycoons and the banks. A handful of—
I want to be a fucking tycoon, bro. I want to be a mogul, you know? I want to be a baron. What the fuck? Born too late to be a robber baron. Such is the plight.
Companies control most of the consumer product market and value profits over individual rights. Politics has become a game of who can market themselves the best instead of who can make the biggest positive impact. And almost in the same way that symbolism—
I'm trying to be Philip Harkonnen. That's so true. The spice must fucking flow. The ad revenue must be mine. I will claim it all. There's nothing you can do. I will siphon it and suck it like a milkshake. More for me. Gluttony. Yes. Greed. Pot of greed. I play pot of greed. Draw 2 cards.
And mysticism ruled over pre-modern times, a new form of symbolism created a veil over reality that modernity sought to disprove.
He who controls the slop. That's me. That's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be the slop god.
Hyperreality. Hyperreality, which I've now talked about in several videos, is the inability to distinguish reality.
I used to spend dozens of hours every single week proofreading. I was constantly fixing run-on sentences, unclear syntax, and repetitive language by hand until I found Grammarly. Grammarly is the AI writing partner that helps professionals write better, faster. Maybe it's a list of creative ways to decorate your planner, or maybe it's an email delicately explaining to a coworker that you need a few more days to complete a project. Grammarly will create an entire draft for you at the click of a button. Grammarly's AI features can also draft responses to emails based on context. You can even request edits to the draft. Make it shorter, make it more formal, more friendly.
Simulacra? Are you kidding me? Based off the Latin word simulacrum? 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 How do you say it, chat? Fire word. Might be one of my top words in the English language.
Superficiality, in which the traditionally valued qualities of depth, coherence, meaning, originality, and authenticity are evacuated or dissolved amid the random swirl of empty signals.
Yeah, I hope your family's okay. I'm not reading all that. Jean Baudrillard, okay? Come on, Norwood.
In other words, things are no longer evaluated on how useful they are.
More like Jean Norwood Reaper.
Or how objectively true they are, but rather the abstract idea that they represent. Our current world is full of examples of simulations.
Look at this. Look at this soy maxer, bro. Imagine. Are you kidding me? Life is good.
Simulations. VR, social media, adult websites, resorts like...
People act like VR is like the coolest thing ever and like so dystopian and shit. Have you guys put on a VR headset? It's the most wonky bullshit ever. It's like not even 2D. They can't work out any of the graphics. It's janky as shit.
Las Vegas and Disneyland and high fashion brands that don't actually make higher quality items like Gucci, Prada, and Ray-Ban.
That's also false, by the way. You know how I know how you're poor? Is you're shitting on Gucci. There is without a doubt. I've seen this echoed a lot because it's a cope. People who can't afford designer shit. There is absolutely a gap between designer, not all the time, not one for one, but without a doubt, there is a quality difference between what you buy at Target and what you buy at the boutiques, okay? I don't want to be the one to ruin it for you. I don't have much designer clothing, but it's a fact.
All represent a distorted version of what actually exists in reality. This has spread throughout our newly...
Also, Gucci's not even that rich. That's the first designer store you go to when you get an extra check. Hello? What are you, 12? Come on now. Come on now.
Globalized world, as the issues of cultures on the other...
Gucci.
16...
If you see your state, you can register online to vote right now. It only takes 2 minutes. Make your voice count. Register online now at iwillregister.org.
This is Alpha Brain. You want to be the best at whatever you do? Get Alpha Brain by Onnit. Focus where it matters most.
18-year-olds wear Gucci. You know what? I don't even think they do. I think Gucci's for like 11-year-olds.
Side of the world.
And American Italians who want to think that they're actually Italian, but they're not.
Started to influence the issues of cultures on...
Clean your room, bucko!
The opposite side. I've been kind of speaking about postmodernism in the past tense, but the fact remains that a lot of people and cultures are still stuck in this postmodern attitude. An attitude characterized by a cynicism of progress and skepticism that science and reason is the solver of all problems. An attitude of confusion about which path we're true.
I think the reason why people get so hung up on the clothing thing is because they find out that most clothing is really cheap to make, unless you're making bespoke high quality shit. But even the shirts you buy at Target or Walmart probably have like a 20x profit margin because it was made in Thailand for 3 pennies and you're buying it for $20 thinking you're getting a deal.
Truths can really be verified due to the globalization of information and access to any given opinion we want at our fingertips. And as a result, our culture can be heavily defined by a mistrust in our fellow humans. Nobody really agrees with each other. Every company feels like it's a scam trying to get you to spend money, and hyper-individualism has dissolved community and cooperation. Your daily tasks feel vapid, your identity changes with each new internet trend, your food isn't real, and it feels almost impossible for any real traditions to...
I gotta run that back.
...in our fellow humans. Nobody really agrees with each other. Every company feels like it's a scam trying to get you to spend money, and hyper-individualism has dissolved community and cooperation. Your daily tasks feel vapid, your identity changes with each new internet trend, your food isn't real, and it feels almost
Okay, he's kind of spitting.
Possible for any real traditions to be established anymore. Because traditions require years of doing the same things over and over in a community-like setting. But now, one...
You are iDubbbz if you didn't have a girlfriend but still ended up being how he is now? I'm really not.
You could argue that things change too rapidly to the point where we can't even establish a tradition, because before we can even just do a thing repeatedly, we are on to doing the next thing. Postmodern life has become...
This is what you need to understand, chat. Whenever you guys compare me to, oh, he's like Charlie, oh, he's like iDubbbz, oh, he's like... There's nobody like me, okay? There's nobody like the 6'4" Giga Chad Philion Fit. I've been doing this shit. The internet has fried my brain and I've embraced it, okay? I go into the slop holes for you, the people. They can't keep up with my schizophrenia. There's no chance, there's no shot. They wouldn't last an hour in my algorithms. I am the internet.
So fractured and
Oh, you're just like Charlie, but you talk about fitness.
complex that most young people, they just don't even know.
Is that how small your brain is, chat? Is that all you can think of? Another white guy with long hair? Ooh, so quirk chungus of you, very Reddit. Come on, give me a break. If you're gonna criticize me or compare me to something, at least make me think twice about it.
Know what to believe in anymore, because They don't believe in neither God nor science fully. And so for some people, usually associated with the right-wing side of politics, the answer is to go back to simpler times like our pre-modern era. According to them, we need to put our faith back into God, go to church, and replace our newfound nihilism with old habits. We need to go back to the traditions that once made.
I think traditions are important. I don't think they're everything. And I think what you see a lot on social media is just ideological LARPing. We need tradition. We need tradition, as they say that from their iPhone in their bed that mommy and daddy bought them, and they're actually 15, still going to high school and swiping on the dumbest shit on the internet ever. If you want tradition so much, why don't you go buy a farm and have a barefoot, trad pregnant wife and have 13 babies? And you actually don't have electricity. And you write by the candlelight every night.
Made life simple, understandable, and hopeful. And honestly, I don't blame people for wanting to revert our culture back to that. Ironically, we now have the science to prove that most people who are religious tend to be more satisfied with their lives than their non-religious counterparts.
So I had my atheist Reddit phase. You guys know this if you've tuned into any of my streams. When you have religion and you truly believe in it, right? Or a faith, it doesn't surprise me that you have more satisfaction with life, because it adds to the purpose. You know, you have meaning. That's all there really is to it. There's also a sense of community with that. And Christian morals, you know, the golden rule, treat other people how you want to be treated, that makes for a rather nice group of people if they all follow what they should be following.
Parts probably due in part to the community aspect and faith that your life deeply means something. But if we just go back to our old traditions without changing anything, we will also inherit the inequality and injustice that was present during our pre-modern times. For other people, they're trying to fight for the liberty, freedom, and equality that was promised with modernity. This is usually categorized as those associated.
Safety on our streets and justice in our courtrooms are under attack because of Kamala Harris's dangerous liberal values. She's tried to hide it, but Kamala helped fund a group that released assaulters, murderers, even a registered sex offender charged with terrorizing, threatening, and raping an 8-year-old girl.
My values have not changed. I know the importance of safety.
No, she doesn't. Kamala Harris, still dangerously liberal, still dangerous for America.
Wow, I just built the most amazing workflow on Monday.com.
You build your own workflow? Why? There are a bunch of amazing pre-made templates you can just choose from.
Nah, I'm a custom-made kind of gal. I work with a lot of vendors, so I made my own form. It has everything that I need.
Associated with liberal ideologies who are focused on progressivism, individualism, and greater autonomy. To these people, so long as we give everyone an opportunity to do anything or be anything that they want, just like modernity promised, then we will reach the satisfaction that we tried to reach in modernity and everything will be fine. But if we let hyper-individualism remain the norm, then nobody will agree on anything and social cohesion will become extremely difficult to achieve.
I think we're too far gone. I don't think we're ever going to get people to agree on anything ever. I don't think agreeing on something is like the health of a society. Perhaps I'm wrong, but there's always going to be perpetual disagreement forever.
The clash between the right and left sides of thinking has only seemed to make things more complicated and more divided, but amidst all these thought bubbles and groupthinks, a new culture has been emerging through the internet. Within the past couple decades, we are now seeing a rise of what is called metamodernism. And I think it is the best culture fit for someone who grew up in the smartphone era. The meta in metamodernism comes from the Greek word metaxis, which
it actually comes from Meta Platforms. They own Facebook.
Which essentially means in-betweenness, and that's exactly what metamodernism is. While
No, I'm kidding.
Modernism was defined by absolute truths and hope, and postmodernism was defined by individualism, subjectivity, and hopelessness.
We're trying to learn something here,
is
chat.
A cultural response that attempts to integrate the two through pragmatic idealism. A formal definition of metamodernism would be something along the lines of a cultural expression of the optimism from modernism with the added nihilism and skepticism of postmodernism. By now, we all know that.
Sounds pretty perfect to me, chat. What's the catch?
Naive optimism in science and reason won't fix all of our problems.
I need a trad barefoot wife that can clean my room, and I need her now.
Every problem that we do solve, we just produce another problem which is sometimes better and sometimes worse. For example, when we solve the problem of being able to feed most people on Earth through industrial agriculture...
corn, where's the nutrition in that? The plant fiber. No. Have you ever seen your poop? Have you ever pooped, Max? You're not digesting corn. There's a couple vitamins in there, but it's a starchy fiber. I mean, what are we doing here?
We also created part of the problem of climate change. But at the same time, we got to understand that making no progress...
We can't even fucking agree if people should eat corn or not. Hello? I need answers on that. You got people on the internet saying vegetables are bad for you. I don't think you guys understand that blanket statement goes against my entire worldview. If I can't know whether or not vegetables are good or bad, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Believing in nothing and having no singular narrative also isn't useful.
I'm 26 years old, and I don't know if humans should be drinking milk or not. Is that not insane to you? Apparently recycling it just doesn't work. Is that not mind-blowing to you guys? Are your worlds not absolutely shattered?
Useful. If we realize that both ideas can coexist and be useful, depending on how one presents solutions to our current problems of meaning, mental health, and inequality, maybe we can start to have a culture that provides the freedom that modernity promised, while still having a bit of...
Yeah, people hate milk, but then eat cheese. What the fuck?
Of skepticism and nuance in ideas that seem absolute. Instead of just saying, soon we will have all the answers, we just need to follow the science and reason.
Mommy milkers?
Just saying, none of this shit matters, science hasn't actually made us happy and now everything is hopeless. You say, yeah, sometimes science is subject to changing or being invalidated, and yeah, shit feels like it doesn't matter sometimes.
People who don't drink milk eat pizza. There's lactose in the cheese. What's going on here, chat? What is going on? I don't know. Do you drink milk? Or do you suck on mommy milkies? I do. In fact, I do it every night. Maybe you can't. Because no woman will ever love you.
Sometimes.
Sorry, I was stuck in my Tucker. In my Tucker era.
But there's still things we can do to improve our condition in this incredibly dull and dreary world. Speaking strictly from a cultural sense, I think this is how you build the most trust and hope between people in the younger generations.